She has the grace and poise of a prima ballerina and the strength and agility of a track and field athlete. Add her own unique blend of charisma and charm, and it's what's made Yuna Kim a world champion. Revered as royalty in her native South Korea, the 20-year-old figure skater has been mesmerizing audiences for more than 5 years. Her talents have not only earned her respect in her field, she's also been celebrated in the wider arena. Not to mention, she's a marketing dream, as companies cash in on her clean-cut image. Since she first hit the ice at the age of 5, Yuna Kim has gone from strength to strength, and even realized her lifelong dream in 2010 by winning a coveted Olympic gold medal. Now she wants to share that Olympic spirit with her home country, and is part of the team hoping to secure South Korea's bid for the 2018 Winter Olympics.
Hello, Yuna.
Hello.
Nice to see you.
This week on Talk Asia, we're in Seoul with Yuna Kim to find out how she handles the pressure of being at the top of her game. Plus, she gives us an exclusive look at her in action on the ice.
Yuna Kim, welcome to the show. It's a pleasure to talk to you. I feel as though I should welcome you back to your home country. You're out of the country so often. How does it feel to be back in Seoul?
It's almost 5 years since I started training in America and Canada. I'm in Korea for only 2 to 3 months a year, so it's been hard training and lonely. And now that I'm back in Korea, I'm happy that I can see my friends and family. It's also been a new kind of motivation for me to train with new figure skaters.
You're now training in LA after 4 years in Toronto. What's it like to be in the States training?
이제 4년 동안 캐나다 토론토에서 훈련을 했었는데요. I trained for 4 years in Toronto, and even before that, I was back and forth between Canada and the States during summer for training. And since there isn't much difference between Canada and the States, I haven't felt much difference in the environment. Training in the States with a new coach and new skaters in a new environment motivated me to prepare for a new season. And since it was mentally a hard time after the Olympics, the new setting helped me out a lot.
Now, you have won pretty much every award you could win, but we'll start with the ultimate, the gold medal at the Vancouver Winter Olympics. Talk me through that day. How did you feel just before the performance?
올림픽을 준비하는 기간 동안 Because winning a gold medal had been a dream of mine since a young age, I needed to empty my mind during the preparation for the Olympics by telling myself that it would be okay not to win a gold medal. It was to reduce the pressure within me. So to my surprise, I wasn't nervous at all. I felt almost comfortable right before and during the performance. I think that's how I was able to perform really well.
As soon as you finished your performance, you cried. I mean, this is unusual for you. This doesn't happen. What were you feeling at that moment?
제가 이제 연기를 끝내고 그렇게 It was my first time crying like that after a competition. I never guessed I would cry. I couldn't control my tears and asked myself why I was crying, and many people afterwards also asked me the same question. I didn't know why back then, but now that I think about it, even though I say I emptied my mind, it was still the moment I had been dreaming about, and I guess I felt relieved that it was all finished. It was a mixture of all sorts of feelings. Although I kept telling myself that it would be okay not to pull a great performance, in the small corner of my mind, I still wanted to do well, and the fear of not doing well crept up. But after being satisfied with my performance, I felt happy and relieved.
Not only the gold medal, you also got a world record score. When you'd finished, did you know that you'd done it?
제가 그동안 연기했던 Because I did a better performance than usual, I expected to get a better result, but I didn't expect to do that well. So when I saw the score, I was at a loss for words for a second, thinking I had gotten it wrong. I was quite shocked and happy at the same time. At that moment, I thought I would win a gold medal, rather than setting a new world record.
So after the Olympics, you had the World Championships in Moscow, and you were runner-up there. Was that disappointing for you?
약간 아쉬웠던 점이 없지 않아 있었는데요.
I thought I would do well during the actual performance because I performed really well during the practice. So there was a bit of disappointment that I didn't show my best during the performance. Because I skipped every competition except the World Championship, I regarded this Moscow competition as a present to the fans. So on that, I didn't feel disappointed. The only disappointment was that the fans didn't get to see everything I had. But I felt really relieved and happy after the competition.
저도 준비하면서 너무 힘들었기 때문에 기분이 너무 좋았습니다.
Let's talk about Korea's hope to have the 2018 Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang. You're very much involved in this. Now, Korea's already tried twice. It didn't get the Olympics twice. Do you think it could be third time lucky?
제가 정말 본격적으로 이제 홍보대사로서
I thought the atmosphere seemed positive in Switzerland at the beginning of my role as an honorary ambassador. But there's still time left until the final decision, and even though it doesn't seem impossible to achieve that goal based on our experience and preparation, there's still no certainty.
Now, you've said you feel more pressure from being involved in the Olympic bid than you do with performing. I mean, you skate in front of thousands of people. There's a TV audience of millions of people. Why do you feel under pressure with the Olympic bid?
이제 스위스 로잔에 가서 이제 프레젠테이션을
During the preparation for the presentation in Switzerland, I felt that I had the weight of my country on my shoulders. I thought my heart would pop out during the presentation. The nervousness was nothing compared to the performances. Until then, I had only taken care of myself. The thought of having the expectations of the whole country on my shoulders worried and unnerved me. But all in all, my teammates and I were happy that the presentation ended well, and I hope our efforts means it ends in our favor.
If Korea wins the bid, will you be performing? Will you be skating? You'll be the tender age of 27?
아직 7년이라는 시간이 있기 때문에
Because there's still 7 years left, nobody would be able to predict such a thing. If by any chance I get to perform, then it would be a great honor for me, especially because performing in the Olympics in your country doesn't happen to many skaters. It's not the sort of thing I can say with any certainty. So I guess I could think about it only after it's decided that the Olympics will be held in Pyeongchang.
생각할 수 있을 것 같아요.
Coming up, Talk Asia heads to the rink with Yuna Kim as she gives us an insight into her rigorous training regime.
CNN app for Nokia.
Expand your view of Georgia from farming to reviving ancient recipes. See how Georgia is open for business. And she's Dutch by birth, but Georgian by destiny. Meet Georgia's First Lady.
We have our eye on Georgia, only on CNN. In Nepal, this isn't just the border crossing. It's the front line of the sex trade business. And this woman is fighting to shut that business down. See her amazing story. Nepal's stolen children. Saturday only on CNN.
Hello, Yuna. So tell me about your training regime. I mean, what sort of time do you get up? How many hours a day do you train?
But nowadays it's off season, so I wake up at 8 and I start warming up off the ice at 10, and then I started skating 11. So 1 or 2 hours skating and then more of the off-ice training.
So before a big competition, I mean, how intensive is the training then?
I train for like 6 or 7 hours a day and 6 days a week, and it's really tough.
I bet.
Yeah, for me. I skate 2 sessions and then 2 or 3 sessions because of the choreography. And yeah.
Do you ever have mornings when the alarm goes off and you just think, oh, leave me alone, I want to sleep, I don't want to train?
I always feel that every morning. So yeah, it's very difficult to wake up and start training, but I'm used to it. Yeah.
What gets you out of bed? Is the passion still there?
Well, I don't know, I'm not sure. Well, I always think that, oh, this is my job, I must do it. So I think that's all. I think there's nothing special, but well, I've been doing it so long time, so yeah.
This is obviously very different to a competition. You know, there's maybe half a dozen people watching you. How does it feel when there are thousands of people in the stands that are cheering for you? What's that sensation like?
Well, in competition, when I start performance, I try not to think about all the pressure from the fan, but I got a lot of energy from them always. They make me more perfect, and then yeah, and of course in Korea I don't have much more chance to skate in Korea, but I've been doing a few shows in Korea, and I love skating from my Korean fans. Yeah.
But I mean, the pressure obviously is there from the Korean side because you're such an icon to many people here. Do your nerves ever get to you? Do you ever get so nervous you think, I don't think I can perform?
Yeah, sometimes, but it's not about the pressure from my fans, just it's all about me. And if I've done a perfect practice, I don't get nervous at all, but sometimes I don't feel really ready for the competition, so at that time I got nervous so much.